NBA history. Which basketball legend made a legendary reverse layup by going up, under, and around two defenders and the backboard during Game 4 of the 1980 NBA Finals? Julius Erving, Dr. J. Which NBA team did the Cleveland Cavaliers defeat in a thrilling Game 7 to win the 2016 NBA championship? Golden State Warriors. Who scored 50 points in Game 6 of the 2021 NBA Finals to clinch the championship for the Milwaukee Bucks? Giannis Antetokounmpo. Which Los Angeles Lakers player hit a game-winning skyhook shot over the Boston Celtics in Game 4 of the 1987 NBA Finals? Magic Johnson. When John Paxson hit a game-winning three-pointer for the Chicago Bulls in Game 6 of the 1993 NBA Finals, it secured what historic achievement for the team? Three-peat. Science and meteorology. What is the term for a mid-level cloud layer that is abbreviated as altostratus? What is the meteorological term for the boundary separating two air masses of different densities? Front. What term describes the specific temperature at which water vapor begins to condense into liquid water? Dew point. What form of precipitation consists of solid balls or lumps of ice? Hail. What 12-letter household appliance is used to remove excess moisture, mold, and odors from the air? Dehumidifier. Language, vocabulary, and idioms. What word means bitter, cutting, or corrosive like an acid? Acerbic. What Powhatan-derived word refers to a cat-sized North American marsupial? Opossum. What Native American word refers specifically to a gathering with traditional dances, rather than a casual business meeting? Powwow. What Spanish word meaning straight or right is used to describe a powerful, long-lived windstorm that travels in a straight line? Derecho. What term is used to describe a minor internal flaw or imperfection found inside a diamond? Inclusion. Pop culture and music. Which rock band reached the top 40 in 1984 with the hit song Drive? The Cars. Which rock band used the classical chord structures of Chopin, Bach, Beethoven, and Debussy to compose their hit song Dream On? Aerosmith. Which American Celtic punk band is famous for the song, I'm Shipping Up to Boston? Dropkick Murphys. Which 1980s boy band announced a 2026 Las Vegas residency at the Park MGM for their show, The Right Stuff? New Kids on the Block. What colorful stage name is used by Charles Michael Kittredge Thompson IV, the frontman of the alternative rock band The Pixies? Black Francis. Literature and media. What Rudyard Kipling maritime adventure novel is subtitled A Story of the Grand Banks? Captains Courageous. What is the title of the fictional location where Anne Shirley remarks that she immediately felt at home? Green Gables. What was Charles Dickens's first fictional work, which he published under the pseudonym Boz? The Pickwick Papers. Which George Eliot novel concludes with the title character getting married according to traditional Jewish rites? Daniel Deronda. Which John Steinbeck novella features the supporting characters Curly, Candy, Carlson, and Crooks? Of Mice and Men. World Geography. Which landlocked Asian nation shares a nearly 1,200-mile border with the Caspian Sea? Kazakhstan. Which European country, with its capital at Tirana, is known for a cultural tradition where people prefer to open gifts in private? Albania. What is the name of the famous coastal area in Northern Ireland that features thousands of naturally formed, interlocking basalt columns? Giant's Causeway. What tiny, wealthy European Grand Duchy operates its own national space agency? Luxembourg. What is the name of the Israeli parliament? Knesset. History and government. What are the final 5 words of the famous post-World War II confessional poem by Martin Niemöller inscribed at the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum? There was no one left. Which 1863 congressional act gave the American president the power to draft citizens into military service, causing critics to call it a bill to appoint a dictator? Civil War Military Draft Act. What communication system relies on a series of dots and dashes and was a required skill for early telegraph operators? Morse code. What ancient Egyptian astronomer and mathematician incorrectly placed the Earth at the center of the universe and defended astrology as a legitimate science? Ptolemy. On April 10, 1912, which passenger liner departed on a tragic maiden voyage with only 20 lifeboats for over 2,200 people? Titanic. Tools, technology, and business. What major household innovation did Dyson advertise with the multilingual slogan, "Goodbye to the bag"? Bagless vacuum cleaner. Which technology company hired Parisa Tabriz to oversee its Chrome web browser under the official job title, Security Princess? Google. What kitchen appliance, invented in 1945, uses microwave photons to heat food rapidly? Microwave oven. Which major U.S. airline introduced a 2025 uniform collection manufactured by Land's End that was inspired by its geometric widget logo? Delta Airlines. Which brand of medical apparel designed a custom tuxedo for actor Noah Weil to wear to the 2025 Emmy Awards? Figs. Famous quotes and expressions. In Lord Tennyson's poem, The Charge of the Light Brigade, what 6-word phrase follows the line, "There's not to reason why. There's but to do and die"? Which British monarch supposedly denied ever saying, "We are not amused," in response to a dirty joke? Queen Victoria. What does Dorothy say to her dog immediately before remarking, "We must be over the rainbow"? Toto, I've a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. John F. Kennedy famously credited George Bernard Shaw for a quote that begins, "You see things, and you say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, what final 4 words? Why not?" Culinary arts. What type of nuts harvested from the Carya illinoinensis tree derive their name from an Illinois Native American language? Pecans. What is the full French name for the traditional tall, white pleated hat worn by professional chefs? Toque blanche. What Algonquian-derived name refers to a dish made of boiled, broken corn kernels? Hominy. What type of traditional Asian rice porridge derives its name from the Tamil language? Kanji. Professions and workplace. What does the acronym HHA stand for in the context of the rapidly growing American healthcare assistance workforce? Home health aide. What specialized job requires candidates to pass the Air Traffic Skills Assessment, ATSA, exam administered by the Federal Aviation Administration? Air Traffic Controller. What local government official is responsible for assessing and establishing the value of a property for local taxation purposes? Assessor. In the Los Angeles County Jail System, what does the abbreviated term Gen Pop stand for? General Population. What kitchen appliance speed setting operates at 60 to 100 cycles per minute and is also the name for a normal adult resting heart rate? Pulse. Miscellaneous historical trivia. What 2-word nickname was given to aviator Douglas Corrigan after he mistakenly flew from New York to Ireland instead of California in 1938? Wrong way. What ancient device did the Aztecs use to significantly increase the velocity and distance of a thrown spear? Atlotl. What world-famous Italian landmark started to tilt 4 degrees off-center because it was built on unstable marshland starting in the 12th century? Leaning Tower of Pisa. Which specific breed of small toy spaniel with a 4-word name was historically a favorite among British royalty? Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Which U.S. government agency originally created the National Intelligence Survey, which evolved into the online World Factbook? Central Intelligence Agency, CIA.